Hey, I get to talk to so many lawyers about their experience running their law firm, about the successes and failures. And from time to time, I ask them, when you started out, did you have a growth plan? I especially like to ask this question for those law firm owners that have really small law firms, like with fewer than 4 partners. And I usually get a blank stare. And I think this is where the old quote from Ben Franklin speaks volumes. Failure to plan is the plan to fail. We gotta plan our growth. And I'm so glad that you came across this video or reading this blog post, because starting off your law firm, or even if you have been in business for quite some time, creating a plan for growing your law firm is such a worthwhile exercise. With a plan, with targets, and with all the right elements, I believe, firmly believe, your probability of success goes up astronomically. Obviously, that will be the case if you actually implement the plan. Many people will write the plan, even print it out, put it on a shelf, and forget about it. And there it collects dust for years, only to be looked at once in a while, once every few years. This is not how planning works, right? You need to start off with the right plan, with all the right elements, and you have to look at it on periodic basis. In that periodic basis, I highly recommend that you'll review your firm's performance and compare it to the plan at least once a month. Now, here's what should go into your business growth plan. And the reason why I keep on emphasizing word growth is because your business plan is there for one reason and one reason only. It is supposed to help you grow the law firm. Here's what it should be in your business growth plan. And these things are simple, so I do not want you to overcomplicate things. If you're looking at templates that are super complex, remember that those business plan templates are designed for presentation to bankers. If you're looking to raise funds to start your company, and for most lawyers, you do not need startup capital, because most of your startup capital would be spent on what? Furnishing the office, getting a couple of staffers, if that. I think most of the money will be spent at the beginning on new client attraction and acquisition, but those are relatively small expenses. So you probably do not need a full-blown templatized business plan, because that is not what it's for. It is for following to make sure that you grow according to the plan. Obviously, no plan is perfect, and in real life, it's not going to, or real life rather, will not match exactly to the plan, but with the plan, once again, your probability of success goes up astronomically. Without further ado, here's what goes in the plan. The starting point is your growth goals. Where do you want to be a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Next, you want to do market analysis. And market analysis is a fancy way of saying, I want to see if there is enough demand for the services that I'm going to offer. Obviously, when you're starting out your law firm, you probably have a pretty clear idea what practice areas you want to focus on. But do you have a clear idea how much demand there is for those practice areas? If you do not, talk to a proficient marketing company. They should be able to provide you with search volume data in your market, meaning they're going to look at the search volume data for your market. So for example, we're located in Chicago. If you're starting out a personal injury firm, or estate and probate firm, or criminal defense firm, or bankruptcy, anything, we can dig up data that will show you how many searches there are every month on average in the greater Chicagoland, people looking for criminal defense attorneys, or for bankruptcy attorneys, or for personal injury attorneys, or in any other sphere. Why is that important? Because knowing how much demand there is a starting point to determine whether your goals can be accomplished. Next, you want to take a look at the competition. How much competition there is in my marketplace? So if search volume is relatively modest, and if competition is relatively high, you may have very hard time accomplishing your goals unless you can prove to your prospective clients that you're absolutely the best and the best of the best, and ethically, you cannot make such statements. So you would have to have a lot of successful track record prior to starting your law firm to prove to them that you're one of the best. Now, once you have established your goals and have done feasibility analysis / Market analysis, if it is feasible, that's when you look once again and you review the services that you're going to provide or the practice areas that you're going to focus on. Make sure that those practice areas are actually going to help you accomplish your goals. If they do not, consider bringing in a partner that can fill the gap and provide services in the practice area that has higher demand. It is important because demand will drive your success or lack of it. Next, here are the next elements that will go into your business plan. Number one, client attraction / marketing. How are you going to attract prospective clients? For most lawyers, it's an afterthought. They launch their law firms and then they think about how they're going to get clients. Everyone wants referrals, but referrals are sporadic. You do not control your referral flow. Other people do. Should not be relying on that. Part of your growth plan should be, how am I going to attract prospective clients on a consistent basis? This is where, once again, you do want help of an expertly marketing company that could help you lay out the plan with every avenue spelled out how you're going to attract prospective clients. It is super important. I am sure, just like Grow a Law Firm, my firm, there are plenty of marketing companies that are more than capable and are willing to put together this plan for you without charging you anything. Super important. Make sure that you have that plan done and it's detailed. It shows you what channels will be used to attract clients and how. Next, for client attraction, you want to have a list of key success factors and how they will be measured. Super important. What are the key success factors? For client attraction, number one key success factor is how many prospective clients you're going to attract on a monthly basis. Factor number two, key success factor, is what will be the cost per lead, meaning for each prospective client that you attract, what will it cost you to attract those clients? Next, and one will go into the other, next you want to have key success factors for prospect conversion or sales. How many prospects will you need to talk to in order to get one client? That's your other key success factors. Close rate from lead to client. Super important. You want to be tracking all of those things. And the reason why you want to track key success factors is because in business, and running a law firm is the same as running any other business, the numbers speak to you. They tell you if you're doing well, if you're stagnating, or if your business is in a downturn. You want to have those key success factors spelled out before you start or as early as possible, so you focus on measuring the right things. And over time, you want to see improvement in those key success factors. You want to see more qualified prospective clients coming your way at a reasonable cost per lead or cost per inquiry. You want to see your close rate improve. So for example, you might be starting out without any sales skills and it may take you 6, 7, 8 leads in order to get one client. You want to see that number gradually increase. But it's important to measure, because whatever you measure, you can improve. If you do not measure those things, you will not know whether or how to even improve things. So you really got to measure those things. Next, you do want to track your referrals. And you do want to be proactive with asking for referrals from your professional network, which you should be focused on growing, and from your past and existing clients, which you should be proactively asking. There are key success factors there as well. It's super important to track all of those things. Next, and final, there are a couple other departments, and I know you do not have formal departments, but a couple of other things that you need to track, and that is for your HR, your human resources. As your law firm will grow, you will need to add additional resources, more paralegals, more associates, more partners. In HR, there are key success factors like employee turnover, super important, management or satisfaction level with the employees. You want to measure their performance on a scale of 1 to 5 or 1 to 10 every month, every quarter, every year. You want to see improving performance. These things are really important. How are you going to track it? Where are you going to track it? All important things. Next, and this is the final piece, budget and projections. It is really important to project those things out. You want to get somebody like a financial service professional, like a fractional CFO, who is going to help you put those things together. Why? Because in business, once again, numbers are everything. So you got to have an idea what your numbers are going to look like. And those numbers will come from partially from your marketing firm and partially from the CFO. You want to put all of those things together before, ideally, before you launch your law firm, or if you've been in business any time, you want to make sure that you have that plan in place and you review that plan on monthly and then quarterly and then annual basis. And the reason why is it will show you whether you're on track or not and where you need to tweak things. You want to have concrete, verifiable, comparable data coming to you, the law firm owner, on monthly basis so that you can make timely decisions. Build all of this. This is not a hard to build plan. You can talk to us and we'll help you build out the client attraction part of it. And you are going to have much better results with your law firm than you would without a plan.